Dear children, for proper growth and development, we need food with necessary and required amount of nutrients, which will have a good biological value. We must consume food with sufficient quantity of proteins, carbohydrates, vitamins, minerals, low fats and water. One such foodstuff that we will study is fish. Fish have rich proteins, A and D vitamins and unsaturated fat content. This fish food is very easily be digestible and good for growth and development. The fish available in rivers, lakes and ponds are known as freshwater fish, while the fish available in oceans are known as marine fish. Let us see some of the freshwater and marine fish which have good food value.
काटला काटला और बुच्चे, लाबियो रोहिता और रोहू और एर्रगंदू, सिराइनस मृगाला और एर्रामोसू, सिप्रिनस कैप्रियो, एनाबास कैप्रियो और पेद्दबुच्चे, वलागो अत्तू और वलूगा, चना पंक्टाटा और मत्तागिडसा, तिलापिया मुसाम्बिका. रास्ट्रलिगेर कानागुर्ता और कानागुर्ता, सार्डिनेला लॉन्गिसेप्स और नूने कवालू, हॉर्पोडॉन निहेरियस और वनमटा, हिल्सा हिल्सा और पोलासा, स्कोलियोडॉन और सोरा. Catching fish is an age-old phenomenon. In the earlier day, fish were caught by traditional methods. However, increased demand for fish food led to adopting better methods to catch fish in large quantities. Mechanized boats using strong nylon nets came into use.
The fish collected in this method are not of uniform size and quality. Some may even be diseased. Hence, the need to grow fish in farms becomes a necessity in order to obtain uniform sized healthy fish. This is called pisciculture or fish farming. Fish farming is not new practice in India. Fish are grown in ponds, lakes or backyard poodle or in rice fields. Different methods are adopted in fish farming. In general, there are 3 stages in fish farming. They are breeding and collection of eggs, hatching of eggs and rearing of fish. Let us examine each stage.
Breeding and collection of eggs or seed production. Breeding of fish is more rampant in flowing waters, that is, rivers and oceans, than in stagnant waters like ponds, lakes, etc. The eggs laid by some fishes stick together and settle to the bottom. They can be easily collected. However, there are some fish whose eggs do not stick together and they settle individually at the bottom. These eggs are difficult to collect. During rainy season, due to heavy flow of water, it becomes more difficult to collect eggs. Hence, artificial methods are adopted in fish farming. The artificial method of fish farming involves digging of ponds where the rainwater can accumulate. There will be an outlet and inlet for water. Thus, a condition is created to mimic the flowing river water. Adult fish breed during monsoon. Before monsoon sets in, adult fish are released into the ponds. These fish are called breeders. During rains, the fish starts breeding and laying eggs. These eggs are collected. These eggs are called seed. The advantage is that the area to collect eggs is small. In some cases, the seed is not collected but is allowed to hatch in the same pond and the spawn is collected.
In perennial ponds, the seed or spawn collected can be a mixture of different variety of fish, aquatic animals and insects. Hence, the fish farmers prefer seasonal ponds. If one wants seasonal fish in all seasons, the fish farmer cannot depend on the collection of seed during seasons.
Artificial methods are adopted for seed collection. This method is known as induced breeding. It is known that secretions of pituitary induce gamete formation. Adult male and female breeders are injected with pituitary extract and released into small tanks with flowing water. After a few days, the fish are taken out and their abdomen is gently dressed to collect eggs from females and sperm or milt from males. The eggs and sperms are transferred to small basins and mixed to allow fertilization. The fertilized eggs are collected and transferred to ponds and allowed to hatch.
The advantage of this method is to produce fish of a single variety without any contamination. The farmer need not wait for the season and can produce any species of fish at any time of the year.
The fertilized eggs are allowed to grow in ponds in natural conditions. Constant inflow and outflow of water ensures regular supply of oxygen. The fish that hatch are very small, few millimeters in size. They are transferred to bigger ponds and proper care is taken for them to grow to the required size.
Before constructing a pond, the farmer takes into consideration the site, nature of soil, water supply and type of fish to be grown. Fishes are never grown in a single pond throughout their lifetime. Initially, they are grown in smaller ponds and as they grow in size are transferred to larger ponds. At least 3 different size ponds are required. Let us see what they are.
The nursery has a depth of 1.2 to 1.5 meters with an area of 0.02 to 0.08 hectare. The size of the fish in the nursery is between 5.6 mm to 30 mm. Rearing pond is 2 meters in depth with a 1 hectare area. When fish grow to a size of 30 mm, they are transferred to rearing ponds. Here, they grow to a size of 100 mm. When fish grow to more than 100 mm in size, they are transferred to a stocking pond of 2 meter depth with an area of 2 hectares. Generally, these ponds are rectangular in shape.
Selection of site to construct a pond is very important. The factors that determine the suitability of the site are soil, water supply, design and construction, and maintenance. Let us examine these factors in a little more detail.
The best soil for fish farm is clay soil as it can hold water. The ideal pond has a gently sloping land. The outlet is on one side. The outlet can be closed or opened to maintain required level of water. A fish pond is preferably constructed near a water source. Required level of water should be maintained. Water purity is an essential factor. Regular checking of the purity of water has to be done. It is desirable to construct the pond in summer so that rainwater fills the pond during the rainy season. The constructed pond should be cleaned of twigs, branches and other vegetation. The trees around the pond should be pruned to allow sunlight to fall on the pond and prevent leaves falling into the pond.
The design of the pond includes slope, height and top width of the dike. The bottom of the pond should gently slope to the outlet. The embankment must be able to withstand the pressure of water. There should not be any leakage or seepage or percolation. The dikes of the ponds should be lined with bricks. The embankment can be damaged by rats and crabs. Hence, it should also be in line by bricks. The tank should be completely drained once in every 5 years to remove the silt. Maintenance. Once the ponds are constructed and fish farming begins, maintenance of the pond is very important. The factors for maintenance may vary from species to species. Before the fish are transferred to a pond, that is pre-stocking stage, the following precautions are to be taken.
Weeds and predatory organisms have to be removed from the pond. Planktons are consumed by fish as food. For planktons to grow, an adequate fertilizer must be added to the pond and the pond should be exposed to sunlight. The number of spawn should be maintained at 1 to 2 million per hectare in nursery ponds to give a good yield. Only one species of fish should be released into a pond. Supplementary food like finely powdered oil cake mixed with rice bran may be given.
While transferring the fish to stocking pond, the capacity of the pond should be kept in mind. Overcrowding should be avoided. Fish are grown to marketable size in stock ponds. Care should be taken about the feed and health of the growing fish. Other factors are just as weeds in agricultural field, certain weeds also exist in water. Introducing some weed-eating fish into the fish pond will control them. The pond should be exposed to sunlight for growth of plankton. Fertilizers containing nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium and organic manures may be used in small proportions for a healthy atmosphere and plankton growth.
Just as there are weeds in the agricultural field, certain weeds also exist in fish ponds. Introducing some weed-eating fish into the fish pond will control them. The ponds should be exposed to sunlight for growth of plankton. Fertilizers containing nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium and organic manures may be used in small proportions for a healthy atmosphere and plankton growth. Supplementary feeds like rice bran, maize, oil cakes, tubers, dried fish, fresh fish meal, minced meat, silkworm pupae, worms, etc. may be provided.
If only one type of fish is grown in a pond, it is called monoculture system. If more than one type of fish is grown in a single pond, it is called as polyculture or composite system. Just as any living organism, fish can also be affected by disease. The health of fish in a fish pond can be affected by many factors like infection due to viruses, bacteria, fungi, protozoans, blood flukes, crustaceans, tapeworms, etc. Nutritional disorders, low oxygen levels can affect the health of fish. Overcrowding retards growth and disease can spread rapidly. Snails, which act as reservoirs for parasites, should not be allowed to be present in the pond and they must be destroyed. The fish must be protected from all the above events.
A consumer prefers fresh fish. Fresh fish will be shining with slime, the gills will be red in color and the flesh would be firm. Therefore, it is necessary to keep the fish in cold storage in a chilled condition.
The gut is removed from the fish after it is caught. The fish are washed in chlorinated water before transportation. Then the fish are packed by arranging them in alternate layers of ice and fish. They are placed in ice boxes and transported.
The availability of trucks with refrigeration facility has greatly improved the storage, transportation and freshness of fish. Preservation of fish is also done by drying of fish in the sun, salting, smoking and canning.
Dear students, in this part we have made a detailed study on pisciculture. In the next episode, we shall learn about the breeding of cows and buffaloes.